All right, let's dive into something that operates right on the bleeding edge of warfare. We're talking about a very particular unit from the Athenian Empire, a unit known simply as the Alpha Corps. And to really get what they're about, you have to understand the doctrine they're built on. Right from the get-go, their own doctrine tells you everything. They don't see themselves as soldiers, not really. They see themselves as an inevitable outcome. That's not just a cool tagline, it's a statement of fact for them. When the Alpha Corps shows up, the story is already over. So what is their actual purpose then? Because it's definitely not about fighting wars in any way we'd recognize. No, it's something much, much more final. Let's really dig into the whole idea behind why they were even created. And here's the key distinction you've got to grasp. The Alpha Corps isn't a war-fighting force, they're a war-ending force. Think of them like a surgeon's scalpel. They're sent in to cut out the heart of a conflict and end it, decisively, sometimes before the rest of the world even knows it's begun. And this is what that means in the field. They don't do fair fights. They are built to create total, overwhelming, asymmetric dominance. The main weapon they use isn't a rifle, it's fear. Sowing chaos is the goal. They're not there to win a battle. They're there to achieve a single, strategic outcome that makes every other battle completely pointless. So, let's peel back that next layer, the armor. This is the iconic black shell of the hunter, the first thing their enemies see, and let's be honest, probably the last. Say hello to the Kraken suit. Now, this is not just a suit of armor. You've got to think of it more like a second skin. It's a black, adaptive exo armor that's literally bonded to the operator through nanites. That means the soldier and the suit are one and the same, a single, seamless weapon. And that kind of integration, well, it leads to a pretty staggering result. 400%. Just let that number sink in. That's the boost in strength the Kraken suit gives you. It turns an elite soldier into something else entirely. And it's not just about brute strength. The suit gives them a whole toolbox of predatory advantages. We're talking about sprinting faster than some vehicles, literally running on walls and ceilings, and then just vanishing with active camouflage. It's the whole package, complete with a heads-up display that's telling them what you're going to do before you even do it. But remember, it always comes back to the psychological game. The suit wasn't just designed to be effective, it was designed to be terrifying. Its very shape is engineered to tap into that primal part of the brain that screams, "Run." The goal is to break your will to fight just by showing up. So who is the warrior inside this terrifying shell? What kind of person can handle all this? Let's peel back the armor and really look at the anatomy of the hunter. Okay, and this is where it gets, well, pretty intense. They're called evolutionary weapons. An Alpha Corps operator isn't just recruited and trained, they are built. From the embryonic stage, we're talking before they are even born, their bodies are being sculpted for combat. And these enhancements are meticulously balanced. You can see, the lion's share goes to the physical stuff, strength, speed, reflexes. But look at that. A full 20% is dedicated to cognition and focus. They're not just faster and stronger, they are thinking on a whole other level. But here is the most fascinating part. The thing that goes against everything you'd expect. Their philosophy isn't to make them fearless killing machines. It's the complete opposite. They believe that struggle, fear, and pain are crucial pieces of information. They're tools, not weaknesses to be engineered away. So you've got these post-human warriors. How do they actually fight as a team? Well, that brings us to their completely unique structure, the doctrine of the wolf pack. Just throw out any idea of traditional military ranks. The Alpha Corps is organized like a wolf pack. It's a model based on predatory instinct, synergy, and knowing your role in the hunt, not a rigid chain of command. And if you look at the composition of a typical kill pack, it's pretty wild. You have a tiny 2% of alphas, the strategic leaders, and another tiny 2% of omegas. The vast, vast majority, 95%, are the betas. They're the enforcers, the core of the pack's power. You can really see the genius of this structure when you put the alpha and omega side by side. The alpha is all about cold judgment and vision, directing the hunt. And the omega? Their job is to be controlled chaos, to deceive, to be the bait, to draw all the pressure and create the opening for the betas to strike. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important layer, the philosophy that holds all of this together. This is what they call the Code of the Future Samurai. This is the soul of the warrior. The first rule is simple. It is absolute. Loyalty is everything. The pack is the beginning and the end of their world. The second rule, this speaks to their role as a precision instrument. Violence is a tool, and you don't use a tool without a reason. Every single action must have a clear, strategic purpose. The third one really changes the whole perspective on being a soldier. An operator's life is secondary. The only thing they are taught to truly fear is failing the mission. And the final rule is maybe the most unsettling. It's a constant reminder that their every action is being recorded, studied, and will become the legacy and the lesson that guides the next generation of hunters. So when you put it all together, what do you have? You have this incredible paradox. They see themselves as the bridge between an ancient warrior code, like the samurai, and the brutal reality of what war has become. They are disciplined yet wild, lethal yet principled. Which leaves us with this one final question that really gets to the heart of what they are. Are they truly weapons with a conscience, held in check by this code? Or are they simply wolves without chains, the ultimate predators let loose on the universe? I suppose the answer really depends on which end of their rifle you find yourself on.